Hello,
Yeah, I'm not.
everybody. Welcome.
Hello.
Sorry, we were talking about memorization and character notes because all of that will become relevant tonight.
And
Thank you.
MILFs.
Yeah, MILFs. MILFs was an important discussion that was brought up. Uh,
This is always an important discussion.
Always.
true.
Top
Uh,
of mind.
I will just say thank you all who are joining us now and in the future for our very special epilogue episode. We love all of you and thank you for joining us. Before we get started this evening, just a couple of very brief shoutouts. Nothing super elaborate. First off, Tailspire. Thank you, Tailspire, for the music and the middle of the screen that you're going to see tonight. We won't be doing much in Tailspire, but it's an awesome resource for doing all of your D&D activities. I would highly recommend you check it out. Secondly, Chromatic Academy is back. If you feel like it, and if you want to see something really cool and very unique as far as TTRPGs go, and if you like kind of school drama, wizards, witch coven kind of deal, I would highly recommend you check out our Chromatic Academy series, which is back on Sunday nights, I believe. Could not give you a time because I don't have that note prepared. They never sent me an updated sheet, so just check them out when they are live. And last but not least, thank you to Flacco Obama for always being here and being our lovely supporter. We love you, Flacco. That being said, there will be no intro tonight because we don't really need one. This is just a short little epilogue episode stream where we will be basically just talking a little bit about favorite moments from the campaign and recalling some interesting situations that arose and character spotlights, whatnot, and as well as discussing where your characters went. And by your, I mean all of my lovely peoples that are here this evening, where they went after the game. So there's no intro really necessary, but as a recap at least, our lovely adventurers, Della Kiergran, played by Raina McGuire, Raphael, played by Andrew, Caswin Bella Bella, it took me a second, sorry, played by Andrew Curran over there, and last but not least, Claire, played by Maria, who unfortunately cannot be here tonight due to something I will not discuss, because there would only be guesses and I don't want to slander their name. So all four of you, as well as a very devoted paladin of Tyr, infiltrated the Doom Vault with the help of many friends, and have since defeated the evil lich known as Zas Tam in his own vault, and subsequently blew the vault to smithereens. I don't think we really went into super detail, but you did make it out safely. And upon exiting the vault that was collapsing and making it back through the Shadowfell and then back through the portal that you had originally come through, just in the nick of time, none of your close friends that you had invited to the party in battle, had been slain, fortunately. Your forces were great enough that nobody of key importance really was harmed or killed in that moment. A few elementals that came from the plane of fire to help you from Flame Talk
Really hope those were not minors.
might have been doused. But elementals don't really die in that sense. They just kind of get reborn as a new spark somewhere.
Okay, good.
So no real issues there, at least. Bobby did survive, fortunately.
Of course.
Grub as well, and all the other people you invited, including but not limited to the clone of your patron. the I don't believe you guys invited the Dwergar. I have a whole list. Hang on. Why don't I just use all the session notes I made? I had so many. Here we go. We got the yes, the staff from Silvercrest. Grub. I think I already said Grub. Or the demon is nowhere to be seen afterwards. Kieran and Irasoth, your collected friends from the depths of the vault, did survive, fortunately. And as well as Lotus and his brother. Yeah, no, that's everybody that... No, sorry. Nark and Blake also. My bad. Can't count them out. Nark is dead.
No.
Nark, no.
Nark.
Well, he was so lucky.
Just kidding. Nark
He
is
was
alive.
so lucky.
You wouldn't do that to us.
Nark is alive because I don't kill guest characters off screen without asking, at least.
What about anti-Nark?
Anti-Nark still has not come up. That's a villain for a future campaign.
I can't wait.
Anti-Narc is still out there somewhere, and I love that he is. But yeah, Blake also reportedly survived, but you didn't see him afterwards. So who knows where he went? With that being said, the vault is destroyed. The impending doom of Thay and its Lich army abated. The Zastam is not, you would rumor, truly dead in this moment because he didn't destroy his phylactery. But many of his liches have been destroyed. So I throw it all now to my brave heroes. What would you all like to do in these coming months and years as your characters have successfully actually reached the top of the board at the Yawning Portal?
Well, I know for sure Caswin would be spending his time marketing his new business venture. He had not really named what he was doing, but he realized that through much dialogue with friends that he could call it a gym, and that he needed to make it for average people. He found that most average people, or the most average name in the world, was Joe. So he decided to open a gym called Average Joe's to attract the Joes that are out in the world. And he wanted to spread that, hire more trainers like his boy Hor, who was obviously at one of the gyms, so that's where he went. He still owed a lot of servitude, so he figured he'd get free labor at one, and 50 years of Average Joe with Hor, and run the business.
The scariest personal trainer.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It was, he would have renamed him, but it just was fitting that he was named Hor.
Wow. Okay.
Kazun would probably prefer to hire really hot people to be the trainers too.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like his number one thing, is like he just wants like a lot of hot people in the gym to attract Average Joes to show up, because then they'll train with them, no matter what. Even if they're not getting like hot themselves, they'll at least be around hot people. So he'd continue his book series. Obviously he's now finished working out why it hasn't worked out for you, and the personal tales of Caswin Bellowbell. He'd do a little bit of leveraging with Hobby to get his TikTok following, or his Flame Talk following up. Flame Talk following up.
Legally distinct Flame Talk.
Flame Talk.
Legally distinct Flame Talk.
And he ultimately would probably go on a lot of adventures with Nark. Whenever Nark would show up and say that he had some new crazy idea, Caswin would be like he's like down with Nark. Like a bird crashes in like through the roof of one of his gyms while he's giving, a pump up speech, and Nark's like, "We gotta go, man." Kaz is like, "I'm on that." Let's ride that ride.
They're giants. You won't believe what they're up to.
You'd be like, fucking right, dude. New clientele. Oh, and the
Yeah.
Dwergar have a patent on all of the dumbbells and barbells that are used in the gyms. That Kaz
Love it.
completely goes back to repeatedly to forge more.
Oh yeah. I will say eventually, with the growing success of this anomaly called a gym, which seems to have taken off in popularity, not only in Waterdeep but in places across the Sword Coast. You have attracted such a following that even the Dwergar now see this as their primary operation. They eventually abandon the mines of Kunchakar and come and work for you in, I wouldn't say basement, because that's a little diminutive, but they have a smeltery nearby.
Hell yeah.
That is shielded appropriately from light because it can be annoying to them, but work very well and hire their own staff and it becomes quite a business venture.
Hell yeah. Love that.
Narc does in fact come in quite a bit and pull you away for adventures. It's very nice to see.
They're like brothers, you know?
Yeah.
And finally, he would help Claire to get out of her deal with the Witchlight group.
Hmm.
Because he knows that was still hurting her, and she was like the only one in the group that he felt like he still needed to help out on that. Because he felt like Della was in a good place. He felt like Rafi's in his own place, not sure if good or bad, just kind of in a place.
Rafi's just been here.
And-
He's just there.
And yeah, that would be his big thing. He would want to help out Claire as he could to get out of her deal.
Okay. Using your momentous success and money that Caswin might not know the value of but has too much of, even for his activities. I assume you would approach the carnival owners to see if you could pay for this service.
Like, however, it has to be bought up. You know, if they're like, we need like souls or something, Gaz would probably pay people to be like, hey man, live a great life with some of the money that he's got. You live a great life, but at the end, you gotta serve these guys for her. Like, he'd make it clear, he'd be real, but he would do that.
Okay. We'll say the way the Witchlight Carnival works, they aren't so much interested in money. Their tickets are really cheap, and they more price them because they need to limit capacity. They're more interested in the services that can be provided with a contract like Claire's. If you are able to find a suitable replacement, this is just kind of skipping over the roleplay, for what they require of Claire, or if you would rather take it on yourself.
Kaz would, yeah, he would ultimately try to find a replacement, and he feels like with enough money, he'd probably be able to do it. And if not, he'd be like, well, Whore's got to do my bidding for 50 years. How about I give you 20 years of Whore? And he'd bargain that. That would be
check.
all right, yeah.
You offer them a four-armed demon from the abyss.
It's like a 15. Hold on, I think it's a 17. We got pretty high persuasion.
Do you have
And I have luck from last session. Can I use one just for a cast from luck?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, it didn't do any better.
not
It's
help.
fine. Did not help. Kaz would have got to like pin off Whore. It would have been a let's see here, persuasion. Yeah, +8, so 17.
Hey,
Pretty reasonable.
Thor is basically unkillable outside of hell. If he dies, he just goes back and reforms. So 20 years of horror.
Pretty good deal.
That's a great
Bill?
deal.
They'll both shake you on it, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
And Claire is absolved of the rest of her contract.
Hey. And after that, then Kaz feels like he's done his due diligence to the world. He's like, all right.
They're like, Haringen don't really live that long anyway. This is really a steal. And you help out Claire in that way.
Awesome. That would be Kazwin's like arc. That'd be his happy times.
It does.
Oh, and he'd have a
kinda-
lot of kids. He would father a lot of children. Like there'd be that goes without saying. But Kaz would like
With who, might I ask? Anybody that'll.
I mean, there's some baddies
Oh,
that Kaz is
boy.
gonna be in his arc.
Just Kaz's horde of baby mamas all over.
Kaz,
He's
Kaz
paying
might
out
have had
so much
money,
in
but
child
he's paid a
support.
lot of child support this time. Yeah,
Oh my god! All right.
he would finally. I think Kaz at the end would settle on like a wife at some point, but she would have to be like as jacked as he is for him to be like, yeah, Dad would be cool with this. Like, Dad would be down.
I mean.
Okay.
Or just someone really manipulative. If somebody manipulated Kaz to get married, that could happen too.
Hmm.
Let's be like being honest with Kaz's world. Like, if somebody was like, "Yeah, you need to be married," like we're running a business. Like maybe somebody scams him from a shitload of money with his business.
Know someone hot and manipulative? I would never know anybody like that.
Yeah, not
Not
even
my
one.
campaign.
Not even one. So
Maybe we'll put a pin in that.
yeah, just put that out there.
I will say, real quick before we jump to my other people. About 30 years into your success arc, Yasmin, you are approached by a very normal-looking man in a suit and tie. Just plain features, brown hair, brown eyes. But quite a charming smile.
Ah, excellent.
Reminds you of somebody you've seen before. Can't really place it. But they offer a handout to shake and a briefcase in their other hand.
Yeah.
As
Nice to meet
as
you.
grab your hand, shocks with a jolt of electricity.
Oh!
Zzz. It seems there was a buzzer on their hand.
Ah,
Oh,
No.
Kazwin,
No.
my friend.
scam! Oh,
it
buddy.
Seems like you've been doing very, very well.
I can tell you've helped me out a ton. Things
I
are going
have.
so good.
This is true. So, I was just stopping by because, well, it's been in about 30 seconds. It will have been the full length of the deal that you made with me.
Oh, great. That was a great deal.
It was.
Things have gone really well. Yeah.
So I'm just stopping by as a courtesy in the form of the most generic lawyer I could find to let you know that 98% of your assets will be transferring to my bank account effective immediately after 30 seconds have passed.
Okay. Kaz is like, that's fair. Yeah, that was part of the deal.
It was.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
What a reasonable guy.
You think back. And I don't know if Kazwin even would have noticed it. The main contract didn't really say anything, but there was some tiny subtext at the bottom.
Yeah,
Of
there
the
was
deal.
there was nothing on the contract. It was just like, I'll help you. And he's like, yeah.
And it's been 30 years at this point, so.
Yeah, so Kaz doesn't remember anyways. He's just like, oh man, things are going good. He's like, oh, 98%. He's like, oh, it sounds good, yeah.
And with a little bit of a smile, a few more seconds pass and says, Kazwin, out of all the people I have had the pleasure of scamming and working with, you have possibly been one of my favorites.
Well, you've been my favorite.
I know.
I feel like I'm everyone's favorite. Kaz just smiles.
They kinda,
You've got a good smile, you know that?
They kind of pat you on the shoulder. You do have a great smile. And it's going
You
to
do too.
look good. Forever imprinted on my chain of gyms across the Sword Coast. And they snap their fingers. And your smiling face is slapped up on each and every gym. Right next to right next to the thing. And it says
I know that this would
Bella
harm
Bell's Gym.
most. This might harm most people that they just lost all their assets, but Scam just put me up on every billboard in the world. So this is like the biggest dream come true ever. Like none of that matters. I'm everywhere, baby. We riding the ride.
You kind of look at it, and at first it says Bella Bell's Gym, and then they kind of put their hand and kind of snap their fingers again. Kazwin's Gym. Swolar's Gym. Scam Likely's Gym. I don't know. None of them really have the right ring to them. You know what? You have such a golden radiance about you. What if we just called it Gold's Gym? And they snap their fingers again and completely rip off Gold's Gym.
That is exactly how it started. It's not a ripoff. That's how it started.
It's the origin story
Of Gold's Gym.
and it
I
just
agree.
and instead of Caslин's face, it's just like your outline and the fit and the barbells in your hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Kazwin keeps his house at least, but most of his money is gone.
Yeah. That's okay.
But he did what he wanted with it at least.
Lived his rich life. That's
Until the child support payments come in.
it. Yeah.
It's
I
okay.
can run away from those
You
for a
and
while.
Nark can help with that. Doing your adventures.
That's right.
Let's get to, because I think I heard Andrew, you said you wanted to, you made a noise earlier.
I did make a noise. I make lots of noises. Rafi is gonna kick it at the castle for a little bit and just relax after all this adventuring, and eventually go find his brothers Mikey, Leo, and Donnie, and
We
see
make
what adventures
completely
they take 'em on.
copyright-free, legally distinct
legally
adventures here.
distinct adventure turtles.
Yeah, short for Mikhail, Leon, and Donato.
Yes.
Different.
Yes. Exactly. God, we are so sued. Alright. Yeah. So you go off and adventure to find your brothers again and meet up with them. So Rafi really never made any significant enemies, never made any crazy deals.
No, he's just been in it for the treasure and the adventure.
He has been. And you kind of make your way home kind of like Bilbo Baggins with this overflowing chest of treasure. Fortunately, nobody's stolen all your silverware when you got home, but you had quite a good run. And the world will remember the name Raphael. At least the Yawning Portal will. You are forever emblazoned on one of its walls as one of the greatest heroes.
On top of the board.
On top of the board. Well, that was short and sweet. I don't
Yeah.
have any crazy twists for you. You were pretty even keel the whole time. So
What about Hobby? What is Hobby?
should
He's
we
still
should
your
we throw?
dad.
Yeah,
How's with your dad?
that's true. I guess, especially since Maria isn't here, is there anything you do with Hobby? Your dad, mom? I don't know what
You know, I offer for Hobby to come with
parental figure.
and meet the rest of the family, but they're so invested in Flame Talk that they just want to, do their thing and make videos.
Oh, you wish.
So Hobby goes and makes this viral series of videos about going to find milk, and unfortunately, I never see them again.
Is that where those terrible, it was either Vines or TikToks of the kids that would just go into stores and drink a little bit of the milk out of the carton and then put it back?
I have not seen
Get
that.
famous. It was
Yeah.
some horrible children.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? No, Hobby would never do such a thing. But unfortunately, Rafi and Hobby do drift apart a little bit, though.
Oh,
I will say Hobby definitely comes to visit you quite often. But they're rich now because they're an influencer. They have lots of subs. They went on to make several series, like short films. One was called In Space with Hobby. Another one was called A Date with Hobby. Another one was called A Heist with Hobby. And most prolific was their movie that they put out called Fire Lung. Did really well in theaters. But despite their busy schedule, they would come and visit not only Rafi but also all the members of the On Top of the Board group, because they're all their family. For some reason, they became really attractive and got a really deep chocolatey voice as they got older. But it's all good.
for some reason, he's our son. Look at his genetics.
Eh?
True. He had all of you to thank for it.
I like that.
I
Aye.
like it too.
But I
Della.
think. Okay.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. After everything, I think Della would essentially go back to school. Look,
Go back to school.
she does have all this new magic and a new pack to work out. She got in some studying to figure out her shape of her dead wild shape thing, but there's still a
Dead
lot
wild
more to
shape
study. Yeah, so
Yeah.
she'll go to school, intern a bit at the Panacea Eternal.
Mm. Absolutely.
Do missions and stuff, whatever her goddess requires.
Yeah.
And she'll stay in touch with everybody, help out, bring stuff back to Grub to sell and do just like little gifts from her adventures.
Grub always has something new made for you every time you come back.
Nice.
Special design. It makes all kinds of inventions, including some things that, since you like your undead wild shape so much, this one will stay on you even if you turn into a giant skeleton. It'll be a big old hammer that you can use. Great. This one is just like full armor that'll just change into whatever form you have. It'll be awesome.
That is the sickest thing ever.
Yeah. And this one is cute. Or I guess I should do Grub's voice for this one. This one is like it's a cute little bracelet that when you're wearing it and I'm wearing one, my copy, and I touch it, and then it kind of moves a little bit, like it vibrates on your wrist, and
Oh,
vice
she'll like
versa.
touch hers.
Zzz.
Well, that is nifty.
So
I
that
love
way, even when you're out, doing your doctor thing, and pursuing your degree or whatever, or adventuring, you know, you can always, you know when I'm there and think about you.
That is the sweetest thing.
Thank you.
She'll go grab a kiss. Oh, does this also change shape with me wild shape? I don't want to break it.
I mean, I think it would just melt into your equipment.
Oh, that's true.
Like everything.
That's true. Okay.
I don't know. I could make a version. I could. When are you gonna show me how to do that? By the way, that looks really cool.
I didn't show myself how to do it, but
Yeah.
sure, we could practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go test it out right now. Just
Okay. You
run outside
attempted
giant skeletons.
to you attempt to show Grub the ways of the giant skeleton, and it it works out however much you would like it to.
I like to imagine like the first few tries, like people walk outside, there's just a big ass skeleton like just crouching down. Like, have you tried just like stretching your bones? Like, put more effort into
I
stretching
can't
your bones.
understand you. You're just clack clack clack.
Cracking the bones.
It's a giant skeleton arguing with a goblin. It's very adorable. And I would like fan art to be made of this, even if I have to do it myself. But you pursue that with Grub. A couple of years into your, we'll say, hiring at Panacea Eternal, you are visited by the one and only Dr. Jasmine Lightbringer Damaris, CEO. Your patron, the Undying Mistress, who, as you join her in her office, and it's kind of kicked back a little bit in this big old leather chair, is just regarding you with a very pleasant smile, kind of reminding you of the time that you were first invited here and you received your little homunculus.
No. I think I get you.
May he rest in peace.
As
As
she'll
she's
come
kind
in
of
and she'll bow anyway, even though it's been years. She still does it.
shakes her head a little bit. Della, your reference has always been so admirable. But I think we've moved a little bit beyond that at this point.
Can you move beyond that? You're a goddess. Down.
In progress.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sure you'll reach it. No time at all.
Hopefully, we'll reach something better.
What could be better than that?
I have plans. Being a god is limiting in many ways. It gives you responsibility, obligations, and unfortunate stagnation.
Guess I've never thought about a god doing anything it doesn't want to do.
You'd be surprised. My sister, she tells me about these meetings and there's paperwork and red tape, all of those things. It just makes me so happy I haven't ascended yet.
Gods have paperwork.
It's
Hey.
the best way she could describe it to me. think she's a weird one. But I love her very much. But I brought you here because I have an offer for you.
Oh. Right.
You have given me many years service.
It feels like yesterday.
Yes. What does... After working with me this long, what is the disease we call death mean to you?
Well, I suppose it used to be like this huge wall, and you couldn't see around it, couldn't see over it. Just was, but I suppose now it's more of a revolving glass door.
What if we could... What if we could cure it? What if I told you we could cure it? That your friends, your family, would never have to move on. Nobody would.
I'd say I've heard of methods, but just wholesale nothing, no death.
I think I could do, given enough time. I think I could save everyone.
Ah,
But
that would be something.
would be.
Certainly something not even a god could do.
That's the funny thing. And part of why I'm so glad I didn't ascend. They're the ones that everyone has to die. They're the ones that made it to where dwarves live for 300 years. Humans live for 80. Elves live for 600. Goblins, 30. Maybe 40.
That was cruel of them.
I agree. Your girlfriend normally would be about 1/10 of your lifespan.
Aye.
Isn't that a horrible?
I think about it every time I see her.
She walks around the desk and kind of gets down to you and on her knees and cups your face in her hand. Would you like me? Would you like to help me fix the disease?
She keeps staring into her eyes as she reaches over to touch the bracelet on her wrist. I would. Of course I would.
I was hoping you'd say that.
You needn't have worried.
And you will join the Undying Mistress as her number one hand,
Sick.
as an immortal being, if you so take it. And no one around you will ever need to pass on to the afterlife if you have anything.
Good day. This is a good day.
Mechanically, she will make you into a lich, but a special lich like her. And that will kind of be where Della's story leads to, and a very exciting open plot hook for later campaigns. I love that. Awesome. Is there anything else you would like to do with Della's life now that it goes forever?
Well, I mean, I think she'll think about that after the mission.
Fair enough.
She now has a brand new job, and that is the focus.
There we go. Number one priority.
Now, what was that? Just chasing balls through my office. My dog just barreled through chasing a ball.
Puppy.
Hi, sweetie. Whoa.
I will say, Grub is curious as to your promotion, and also to your, like, I assume you would approach her and kind of mention, oh, we can keep you from having to live such a short lifespan kind of deal, right? Like, my boss has offered me, like, a way to keep you alive.
Oh yeah, she's ecstatic. She's like, wonderful niece.
Grub is, curious for sure, but being a little wizard person, they're like, they seem interested and intrigued by this more than, like, put off by it. And
Wonderful.
that will continue as long as you and Grub would like it to. Excellent. Because age becomes a distant obstacle. Now the mission is to make that normal for everybody. So Della goes on to do some crazy things at the Undying Mistress side, and possibly just on her own as well. Well, that's everybody. Unfortunately, Maria's not here. I would grill her all about what Claire does with their newfound freedom. But I believe, just in short, I think they would relish their freedom that they got. Probably go hang out with Nark and Caswin a good deal. And if I'm not speaking too plainly, probably enjoy their time with Reinhardt quite a bit.
For sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, did they stay on at the house? He's mostly at the house. Is it Caswin?
Oh yeah, Kaz has no other home at this point because he lost 98% of his assets, so he's just sitting in his room. You know?
Thank God Silvercrest Keep did not belong to you.
Yeah.
That's right.
But yeah. I won't speak too much for her character while she's not here, but I will definitely be messaging her to try and get all the juicy details. Also, congratulations on production, baby. Yay. They will be coming very soon. That's all I'll say about it. Cool. That will fully wrap up our campaign here on Iron Valor Tales from the Yawning Portal. Oh, and we're not done with tonight's live stream, so stick around for a little bit, Flacco, and anybody else who might be joining us. we're gonna talk a little bit like favorite stuff. I have some lists and notes that we can go over. Super happy that we made it all the way here, and I was in anticipation, but I was super. Personally, I was super happy that the campaign ended where it did. I thought it was on a good note, and I thought. No, I felt like everybody had a great time, and that was what I was aiming for the whole time. So, I super enjoyed this campaign. I hope you guys did too. Now that we did all where the characters come from, what should we start with? We got favorite NPCs. We got guest characters to talk about. Character spotlights. We could do that. Or we'll do a simple one. We'll do a simple one first. I'm gonna go around, and we're gonna do a little bit of thinking back, and we're gonna talk about favorite moments from the campaign. I haven't made Karan talk in a while, so Karan.
All right,
What's your
favorite
moment
moments.
in the campaign?
Favorite moments in the campaign. There's a couple. The meeting of Scam likely would be like the first meeting with Scam is right up there for me.
First one.
The absolute first time I got on the phone with Scam likely was
Oh,
was
God.
a hot moment for me.
Hell yeah.
Meeting Claire, I think will always hold up as like a hot moment. Like coming into that room and having her chained up down there,
Ooh, bunny
was
cage.
like, what in the love
I
is
don't
going
think we ever
on?
even live streamed that one. That was before the stream started. That was session 0.
Yeah,
That was
so
super
we
fun.
had that. That was super fun. I loved going back to the Boar Tavern with Boar. I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Hell yeah.
God, there's so many. Loved meeting Hobby and Hobby talking. Every single interaction with Grub was great. Date night specifically was hot.
Yeah.
God, there's so many.
Yeah, we've been doing this for the better part of the year.
The intro to Narc was great. Just that
True.
whole everything
killed
with
it.
Narc was just like fire. Yeah, I think those are my best moments.
Those are some really
Was-
good ones.
Yeah.
I would say we will go in a little bit and talk about our fantastic guest players in just a moment in a little more detail. But I'll say Narc was awesome. I also really liked Blake because I thought Ty did a really good job playing somebody that's just kind of a badass and just there to do his job, but did a really good job at it. My favorite moment personally, I think, was the party when you guys had everybody over to Silvercrest. That was probably my favorite episode in total because it was just like it's so fun to see you guys all hanging out and meeting people and doing crazy stuff. It was a good time. Did not expect Claire to sleep with Reinhardt, but you know, it happened.
And they lived happily ever after. We think.
You know, as far as we know, Reina or Zuki, which one do you want to go?
I can go. I'd say a favorite NPC has got to be Grub, because Grub was just so goofy and down to clown and
Grub was fantastic.
put up with our shenanigans, namely Rafi's shenanigans.
They were just here for it.
Yeah. Favorite moment? I don't know. I gotta say date night was good because it was, I think, our most elaborate shenanigan, and
Oh yeah.
I feel like kind of warmed Della up to Grub a little bit.
Yes.
So we'll take credit for that.
Honestly, it was great. I liked that, and then it had such a cool finale too. Was it?
Dude.
Did I call
did.
it straight up Applebee's date night, or was it? I think I renamed it.
I don't think you called it Applebee's date night.
I would have named it
Um,
Applebee's.
It was.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, that was. I think I told you guys this out of I think after recording one day I was like, yeah, Jake Cabuche, who by the way ran Spelljammer, for anybody that's listening, great friend, awesome DM, he was the one that recommended me that idea of date night and just the shenanigans that could ensue during date night. He's like, take him to Applebee's, have a fight start, make it cool. I was like, I'm here for it. Get her kidnapped in the middle of Applebee's. I was like, heard, say no more. I've got the perfect guy. Pass it over, I guess, then to Raina. What did you think?
I mean, I gotta say Grub.
Uh-huh.
Love Grub. Does Hobby count? I mean, he's not totally not player because we have been able to control him.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I think Hobby is definitely an NPC in most ways because all of his RP stuff was all me. So,
yeah.
well,
The
their
guys I
RP
have.
stuff.
They're
They're trans.
Yes.
Yes.
I also love our bartender lady. She was awesome.
Oh, Maya?
Yes.
Oh,
It was fun.
yeah. Karan knows a lot about Maya.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we love Maya.
Maya's
Is,
another one of
uh,
those player characters that I liked, and I just use them for like a one shot. But now I want to fit them in anywhere I can when I'm DMing, because
And
just
they're
a
like a
fun
good
character.
person, so they can go in wherever.
True.
That is true.
You can fit all sorts of places.
Exactly.
You think Kaz ended up paying child support to Maya?
She would never do that to him.
I don't think
We would have claimed it was somebody else's kid, you know? Like,
That's fair.
I don't know how plasmoids reproduce, but I
What
feel
if
like
they did?
she's a professional and would not let that happen.
she could have tamed him. You know what I mean? She could have held that man.
Tame him? Like, what do you mean by that?
She could have been the
Hang on.
baddie that was like, we ain't doing this anymore. You
Oh,
only
like
get me.
locked him down?
She could, yeah, she could have done that. She could have been like, I don't care about all these kids. Like, I get it.
No,
I get it.
I don't think Maya's that person.
No, well, throwing it out there.
She's
not
just
Maya.
professional bartender Betty.
She was a baddie, dude. You don't know.
She is
She
a
was. She is a baddie. It
It-
slowed her down.
It was so much fun when I first made this character because I played in a little one shot with Jake actually and in Karan, and both of them ended up just flirting with her like nonstop. It was hilarious.
And we were great. Jake was his god was a Name Hare, and there's a whole lot to it.
He's the most paladin-y paladin. And,
Was
like,
I
the
playing
first-
Riz? I think I was Riz Croc or I was Tyke Myson. I couldn't remember.
Tyke Myson.
But it was Tyke
Good old
Myson.
Tyke.
Tyke Myson, dude. You
Did you go
know,
with time? I can't remember.
I'm just here to solve mysteries with my friends. All right, yeah, I'll table that.
It was great, but I remember the first scene that Maya came in. Jake leaned over. He's like, "I'm gonna fuck that slime." I was
He's
like, "Aren't you a
yeah.
paladin?"
You're like, yeah, let's go.
And that was the tone for the rest of the one shot. But yeah, Maya's
Yeah,
fantastic.
that's very accurate. She's great.
I hope to introduce her in other things, and hell, I really want to play her again because she's just a fun. She's like a College of Creation bard, and she makes all of her College of Creation stuff out of just like slime balls and parts of her body, and just throws them. Great. Never had the opportunity to show that off in this campaign, but you know, eventually.
No, thank you.
Recurring.
No, thank you.
Oh, puppy
Yeah.
Yeah.
wants
Yeah.
attention.
Just
Trying to
wants
bite
you.
kisses.
Yes.
She
Hell yeah.
wants bites. She wants violence. She wants chaos always. Problems.
It's true.
Proper chaos.
We definitely did favorite NPCs. Brian, you said your favorite NPCs, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, cool.
And if yeah, absolutely.
Gotcha. I guess while we're on that page, there's another thing I had. But I just called it character spotlight. I just wanted to talk about cool things we liked about each other's characters during the campaign. I'll start. We'll go around. Yeah, we'll just say one nice thing about everybody. How about that? We'll do it that way. My favorite part about Caswin is that he never learned his lessons unless someone explicitly told him to. I thought that was great. And I have to say, I think my second favorite part about Caswin was when he got mildly depressed after the party. He was like, man. I was like, character growth. He learned something. I mean,
That was
he
the
had
last
a
thing he
rough
ever
go
learned.
of it after that, but like, just seeing Caswin not be like super gung ho about everything, I was like, oh, there he is, the inner boy. I love it. So I enjoyed pulling that out of you with a terrible woman.
Mm-hmm.
Zoiki, I liked that despite your neutrality for roleplay, Rafi ended up just kind of being a mostly neutral kind of mom to everybody in the party, even to your father.
My father, mother.
Yeah, your father, mother. You just kind of ended up being like the cool dad that everybody could talk to, or cool uncle, kind of. And people would just be like, Rafi, what do you think of this? Like, I like that he became that kind of center mass for it. And then he still had his little mischievous side, because at the party you did some shenanigans, and I loved it too. But it was really nice having Rafi around. He's the closest thing to a straight man we could have while still being a little gremlin like the rest of you. Della. Oof. I love Raina. All of your characters are insane in some way or another, and it's fantastic.
The requirement.
Yeah, I've been with Avatel, I've been with Coyote Ranchwater, I've been with Della now, and I'm sure maybe one or two other. Oh yeah, Constant, of course. Della. I liked that Della's like. Sorry, I'm not trying to think too hard. I'm trying to think of how to word it. I like that despite like all the obvious like weird things that surrounded your patron, you were kind of game for it. But like, you're almost. It felt like you were almost lying to yourself to a degree, being like, I'm going to ignore that because I think this is for the good ultimately, you know?
Yeah.
Because I don't think Della missed those signs, but I think Della
Just
made
cataloging
herself.
it.
Yeah, Della made herself be like, no, that's cool. It's cool. It's fine. It's cool.
We'll see how this plays out.
You know, it's not overtly hostile. It's okay. And I think that was really adorable. And eventually kind of led to a cool character arc that will continue into the future. The other thing I will remark about Della is I gave you so many cool things, Reina. So many cool things. You used so few of them.
I'm not good at rationing things because like I'm always planning for the next thing.
That's
Like if I use this now and then something comes up,
consumables.
I'm gonna need it. And they like
Yeah. No, I totally feel you. I mean, to be fair, I'm not. There's a little bit of dust up here. I need to get around. I'm not like Brandon, who will put us through 4 fights in a day. I'm like, I've already lost all of my stuff after fight 1. So I feel your pain, but yeah. But those are my nice things. obviously Claire. Ooh, gonna talk a little bit about Claire when Maria's not here. I did actually really like Claire as a character. I think she was a little bit like, she was kind of a badass and kind of a chaotic little gremlin, while also just mechanically being insanely strong. I enjoyed Claire's tendency to never do what I thought she was gonna do, roleplay wise. Like I could never predict where Maria was going with it, but it always made sense when she did it. I was like, oh, that was dope. Like with the Reinhardt thing, I was like, no, that does make, really? Like, it was cool. I loved it. I just loved how unexpected she would be with her roleplay, and I like that she leaned into it for her first D&D campaign as well. Baldur's Gate, baby. Yeah. Those are all my nice things about you guys. I guess we'll talk about guest characters after this. So, you know what? I'm gonna make Zwicky go first this time.
I was gonna go anyway. So Della, I gotta agree with Max. Not so much like the fact that Della didn't use the tools given, but just like occasionally she would be like, "Oh, I can do this really cool thing," and then
It's true.
Sometimes it would work out. Sometimes it would, turn the tables of the fight. Sometimes not so much, but just like be like, "I have all this secret hidden shit, and you never know when it's gonna come out."
That's
I
true.
thought that
It
was
does
kind of
give
cool.
secret badass vibes. I like that.
It's kind of hilarious though when it doesn't work out. Just like giant skeleton who just hits a bunch of like, oh, and I'm
I
back.
was so
That's all I could
sad that
do.
was your first time bringing it out. You got punched so hard. I was like, no.
Oh man.
Not like
Kaz.
this.
Not like this. Kaz, I just really liked how dumb he was, because that was, I think, where Rafi's like shenanigans and mischief and all that kind of shined, was just Kaz never really knew any better, so he could just fuck with him.
Yeah.
Um,
You were the gaslighter of Caswin. I agree.
and he ate it up. It was wonderful. Claire was fun. I think just like her roleplay with Kaz, and just like general sassiness, and I don't know, just kind of spunkiness was kind of cool. And I feel like she did roleplay pretty well with all of the NPCs. The party was awesome, but
Hell yeah.
I think just keeping Kaz in check was the highlight for me.
She did do that. She was a little bit of a mom for Caswin. But I also liked how she would go from like goofy and like vibing with everybody to just stone cold killing a dude. Like just killing a
Done.
guy that was just in town because she had to. Like, it's like, okay, job's done. Like, oh man. I loved that. We'll cut it to, I'm gonna make you go, Reina.
Oh, really?
I made Rand go first last time.
Okay, so my favorite thing about Rafi, I love the vibe. Like, I love no matter what. There was such a like anachronistic. Like, he seemed like he'd like really chill and serene, like a monk, because he's like really cool about stuff. But then at the same time, he would like go along with to suggest just some batshit things. And you're like, Rafi, no, you're supposed to have the brain cell right now.
It's the trolling. It's the inner troll of Rafi.
It was just so good.
Absolutely.
Relationship with your parent hobby. That was good too.
You accepted it so quickly.
I was like, yeah, sure.
Are you my mother?
Let's see. My favorite thing about Caswin, of course, you gotta love the big dumb energy of him. But I also really like the moments where he chose to be serious about things, or where like you could see him get like angry or like legitimately sad, because then it's like, oh no, we broke him.
Yeah.
This isn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, there was always that little energy when Kazwin's switch got flipped, and you were like, oh god,
Oh
it's
no.
game time. He's not smiling.
That's real good because like he spends a lot of the time like bringing levity to what could be a very like harsh or is supposed to be like very harsh like dungeons and missions and things.
Mhm.
And so like when he stops doing that, you're like, oh no.
True.
I love Claire's sass, of course. And how good she hits stuff. That was always so good.
That made balancing encounters so hard.
I could always count on Claire.
I was just always like, yeah, this person doesn't really take magic damage, but they're gonna get fucking hit a billion times by Claire.
Even though there were multiple times, like too many times where it ended up being Claire versus Della for some reason.
Oh, when you hit, oh god, yeah, the
Yeah.
Genji fight in the
Yeah.
White Bloom. Oh, I'm so sorry. You just always ended up being next to the thing that she critically failed to hit or got deflected.
Yeah.
Not
It
to
was still a
mention
great
you were the
time.
healer. So, it did happen a few times. Oh man.
That was good.
Yes. Hell yeah.
And you're a player, kind of. You're
Yeah.
as the DM. I very much enjoyed not necessarily knowing where encounters are going to go. It might have been very stressful at the time, but it was always fun.
Good. I'm so glad I was able to stress you out appropriately. I strive to do that for my players. I want to freak them out just enough. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed running this game for all of you guys. It was fantastic.
And there were times where we were in the chat like we might not make it, dog. We might not make
Yep. There were definitely a couple, oh shit, we're gonna party wipe moments.
There were a few times, but
it.
you guys had some friends in high places, and also a good cleric with some good abilities that managed to pull you through, and a DPS, or that like, ugh. I had thought about it designing an encounter specifically to like mitigate Claire a little bit. I was like, no, that wouldn't be fun. That wouldn't be fun for Maria. I never did it, but I wanted to. Wanted to so bad. Something that teleports and goes and kills her. Go do it. Do a crime. But she always played it very well, always hiding around corners. So tactically, well done. But damn it, there's so much damage all the time.
The murder rabbit.
The murder rabbit
Rabbit.
Murder hare.
really hit so hard. Definitely, I mean, by far the most DPS in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Say maybe Kazwan with like, well, Kazwan I think maybe second place, but like way far.
Claire
back.
was designed to do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. She's gonna hit hard.
So many arrows.
Yep.
But honestly, worked out really well. I thought it was a cool campaign. Man, we talked about so much already.
Oh, my answers. Della.
Yeah.
Loved Della for kind of like fixing the problems that Kazan would create. She'd be like, "Hush now, hush. No, you're not getting it." He's like, "Oh," but like, right, that's what he loved most about Della, is that she would kind of like rein in his just common stupidity to like walk himself into social scenarios that are just not gonna work out for him and still never see the light, right? Like he had to be the person who could just not read the room at all ever, but felt like he was like the reason the room was there. So love
He
that
is
you,
the light. You can't necessarily see what you
he's
are.
right, exactly. I am like it. He gets it, right? So yeah, love that you reined him in and kind of kept that going. Like just go with it, right? Love that Rafi would gaslight him and just keep him going, because like it's great to be the big dummy, but it's even better when somebody else is like fueling that to keep going. Like, oh
Yeah.
man, Like, hold on, Kaz.
You don't have to make all the jokes yourself now.
What about this? Oh, I can. Yeah. What do you mean? Of course, right? And you just live with that every time. Loved that aspect of their dynamic. With Claire, I love that it went from like a dynamic of like oh, I'm gonna save you to she might kill me to like I don't really know where we stand about much. Like I'm gonna help you, but I feel like
there were some spotty moments earlier in the campaign.
Like where Kaz like fixed a problem, like legitimately like fixed a problem, and then it was like, but now there's a knife to my throat, and I'm like, I don't know what the is going on.
I did love the
at any point. Yeah, at any point. I love that it was just always like some kind of spice where he's like, what the fuck? Like always interesting, always upheld. Yeah, that was awesome. In terms of the game itself, and the interactions with you, I really enjoyed that you allowed that light, that brevity in a lot of these dire situations, because it's still fun to like have that kind of funny dynamic even when shit's going bad, right? Like things are burning down around, and like my role in the party was to keep things funny and be like, oh, like, you know, like
the best part of D&D, you know,
like, yeah, like, oh, everything's going to hell, all right, well, fuck it, here we go, like huzzah. So gotta say love that part.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's all I got.
I appreciate that, and I'm glad that you guys enjoyed your time in these little dungeons. I will say, I think Tales from the Yawning Portal is a cool compendium. Hot take, personal shout out to anybody out there planning to use this module. I wouldn't for a campaign. I would maybe steal a dungeon if you really feel like a long dungeon crawl for part of your campaign. I would not make this into an entire campaign. It was a struggle to keep things moving, and that I think that showed, unfortunately. But we did a good job despite that. And I think, especially in the last part where I just like kind of took the whole took the whole Doom Vault and just crumpled it up and threw it away. I was like, I'm doing my shit now. that made it a lot better, I think.
You had a good balance.
I think so. I think we managed to strike that balance at least.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to cut you off. You were gonna say more. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, because like it was at times like very dungeon crawly, but then we'd have a good role playing session. You'd let us role play, as ourselves in whatever dungeon, just interacting with each other and whatever couple NPCs might be around, kind of as long as we wanted. I thought it broke it up pretty well. Whenever
those situations arose, I was not gonna rush those, because behind that door there's another combat encounter. Enjoy. That is an interesting point, actually. I would like to ask, this one wasn't on my list, but who was y'all's favorite enemy in the campaign, if you had one? Because you had a lot of favorite like friendly NPCs, but like
an enemy that wasn't really an enemy that I made into an enemy. The little like floating thing that Rafi decided to lick, and it poisoned him and kind of like almost like fucked everything up. Just because of like how insignificant it was and how big of an impact it ended up making.
That thing was so close to killing you. And I don't think you guys are of a level that you could really fix that too easily.
No.
So yeah, that little thing, I forget what they call it, but it's supposed to look like a tiny beholder made out of mushrooms, but it's actually just a I kill you ball. Like you touch it and it explodes spores in your face, and it will kill you in 24 hours if you fail. And it very nearly did. It very nearly killed you. But I thought that was hilarious.
My answer would be the vampire that we didn't execute properly, that came back and fought us again. Because me the player goes, we gotta deal with this. Me the character goes, think I dealt with it. No.
I have told that story to so many people. Like, yeah, my
Do you know how
players
painful
found a
it is to do
vampire
that?
in his
Oh.
coffin. Yeah, I love that you stayed with it. I
It hurts me so bad to do that. I want
just
you to know.
I love that you guys walked in, found a vampire in his lair. He almost killed a couple of you. You were like, we got him. He shows back up in the coffin. You're like, stake to the heart. He's still there.
What the body doing?
Let's throw
It
him in the
hurts so
boiling mud. I was like, oh no.
He's back.
There he is.
It hurts so flippin' bad, you guys. Oh my gosh.
So funny. At least he took his armor off.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. But yeah, that is a
Genji.
D&D story I will tell forever, most likely.
Maria loved Genji.
Genji? Yes.
Yeah.
The Genji fight was so much fun for me. I don't know about y'all though.
It was good.
The fact that he kept deflecting.
It was
the
spooky with
bullets.
the deflection.
How much
I'm-
damage is that? 35? He deflected that into Della.
Yeah. I'm very glad that Maria caught on to don't shoot Genji very quickly, otherwise it would have been very bad.
Yeah, he got that reaction. He was saving it for that too. He was like, "Damn, that bullet would have hurt." Ooh. Was that magic? Ah. I'm so glad
Yeah,
I stuck him
the
in
other-
there instead of the default boss in the cave.
The Reinhardt Crusader dude was pretty good too.
Yeah,
But I think Genji was a better enemy.
I think the Genji fight was cool just because it had like mechanics and stuff to it. A Reinhardt fight was definitely like a big ol' thing, but you had Hora there, and then also after Reinhardt came out, you've had to fight a mini lich as well, so that kind of got overshadowed a
tough.
little bit. It's a CR13 creature, so well within your bounds at that point. Wasn't too bad. But I wish he had been more like, ugh, you know. But I liked him too. I liked his tap a lot. Who's your favorite enemy, Reina?
At the time, it was not the vampire, but he did end up being very funny.
he did bite you a lot.
So many bites, so rude.
Mm-hmm.
I also liked all the flirty encounters around the succubus lady.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was also a wild story. The vampire was just like the upgraded version of the succubus thing, I think. Because this succubus thing appalled me for a minute. I was just like, oh man. Oh no. They're falling right into it. No, look out! It was a very slow train wreck, but like ended up killing 2 of you guys. Vampire didn't, fortunately, but somehow is a more hilarious story. It was shorter and sweeter, I imagine, probably. But I also loved her. Oh, help me! The wizard downstairs is gonna kill me.
Like, this is deeply suspicious, but you haven't done anything for us to worry about yet.
But you are hot.
I suppose we will spend the night in your room.
Where's our friend? Nowhere? Okay. We'll sleep here.
If you say so.
If you say so. You seem trustworthy.
I don't know enough about this area to dispute what you've said, so I guess.
I will say if Daniel was still in the campaign at that point, he'd been like, never trust the hot woman in the dungeon. This is basic dungeoneering 101. But I don't know. I think it was a hilarious story. And
Same.
we'll be able to tell. Oh, yeah, that wraps up all the stories, well, questions I really had. Other than guest characters, we had Nark the Aarakocra, Blake Dustdown the human, and then Nikki Orlov also a human. Is there anything you guys would like to remark upon on our guest characters before we move on to our grand finale?
Just Narc in general. Like all of the players did great. All of the characters were great, but like Narc as a character was just on a different level.
Narc was a vibe, dude. Narc
This crazy
Narc
bird.
was a vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Role played so well and was just a vibe. Like came in and was like, "This is the dynamic, baby." And we're like, "This is the dynamic."
Like, we're in for a treat, are we?
Like that's a buckle up, we're gonna ride the ride type deal. As soon as Narc crashed in, I was like, "I'm riding the ride, dude. Let's go." You know.
Yeah.
So had so much personality that he just was the ship that you wrote. So loved that.
Narc was so fun, and I loved the pre-session for like setting up how I was meeting up with Christian in Discord, and he was like, "So I want to be like a treasure hunting monk. I just want to be Indiana Jones but a bird, essentially." I was like, "Okay, I can roll with that." He's like, "Can
But
I
also
also be
unhinged."
really stupid?" And I was like, "Yes." I was like, "And you can have these crazy magic items you don't know what they do." And he was like,
Perfect. Yeah. It was really good.
So what happened was full disclosure, I ended up putting like 6-7 magic items in Christian's inventory and renamed all of them. So he didn't know what they actually did. He just pulled them out. And
So that was not like role playing. I don't know what's going on. That was like
that
legit.
was
Okay.
It was legit.
He's like, "Here, I have this wand of crazy power," and he handed it to you. It's like, "Use it," and it was a wand of smiles, which is a common magic item that you can make somebody smile with forcefully, and other such things, you know.
It was so good.
It was very
Infinite
good.
Forces.
Yes, and the
And the one dog that
dogs.
saved our lives.
Dogs.
The dog that bit my boss creature and kept him from attacking me, guys.
Yeah,
That
I was
was
gonna say that all of the guest characters are much beloved and have giant portraits in the halls.
Oh yeah,
But that dog also has its own damn portrait.
true.
Oh yes, it does.
I think it survived that encounter in that place. So maybe it's just running around Silvercrest. I love that. Okay, cool. I think that is all I have. So what we're gonna do now is there's gonna be no prizes for this necessarily, other than bragging rights. But I have a fun little quiz based on our adventures here at Tales from the Unknown Portal, and I just sent it to our messenger chat and also in the Twitch chat if you'd like to follow along as well.
I clicked the link, but it
How do
brought
I
me to like create
take
a
it?
quiz.
To create a quiz.
Yeah, and it says we gotta upgrade to create quizzes.
No! Hang on. Oh, shit. Hang on. Okay, maybe we can just do this. Because I wanted to do a Kahoot, but I didn't. It turns out you have to pay for Kahoot these days, so that sucked.
That's okay.
Quizmaker.com. Does this not work? Hang on, let me test the link. Technical difficulties, everybody. I'm so sorry. Oh, your account is limited. What? No, big gay. That's fine. I can read out the I can read everything out. Let me delete this message I sent in the Twitch chat then. Google Quiz is free? Well, I wish you'd said that hours ago when I made this. Thanks.
Yeah, where were you?
Yeah, really. What the hell? I can't actually delete my own. I can only pin my message. I don't want to do that. Nobody click that link. How about that? And we'll just go along and follow along. I don't know how we'll do this, but yeah, you know what? We'll do it this way. We'll count it down after I say the question, and we'll just say everybody blurt out the answer together. How about that?
Okay.
And Twitch chat, you could just post your answers, okay? Because I don't know, technology, right? Preview. Actually, put it up for everybody to see. Yay! Don't look at my tabs, just look at the trivia.
I love it. Maria's in chat like,
What is
why
she doing?
I oughta.
Playing
She's
it
mad
Ada.
we called her out for not helping you earlier.
Oh, it's fine.
Why
They
I-
weren't here either.
It's all blurry. I'm trying to read it.
Oh, is it blurry?
Is it blurry for you guys?
I got an ad, so I'm gonna be.
Oh. Oh,
Wait.
hang on. I did put a timer on this to make it more
Oh
difficult.
dear. Okay.
Oh, now I can read it, kind
Okay,
of.
okay. What?
Hang on, I
One
got a resub.
You gotta resub.
Yeah, it like hurts my eyes to read. Oh god.
It's okay. I'll be reading it out anyways.
Ah,
It's fine.
okay.
It's my 4-month sub anniversary.
Woo! Share that. Let's go.
How do I do this?
Okay.
Like
I
that?
turned the timer off since we're all doing this as a class.
Okay.
Oops. It maximized because it does that. Okay. This is what we got. Hang on, can I?
Oh boy.
Sure. There we go. All right. Now you can kind of read everything. Are you ready, everybody, for your 8-question quiz?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just finish
Yes.
crunching on that cough drop lie. Stall for time. Make some noise. Say some things.
What was the time like?
This is totally stuffed. All right.
Okay.
So, these questions are in no particular
this.
order. I had planned to potentially put them in difficulty order, but I did not end up doing that. So, these are just gonna get randomly really hard and really easy. So, first question. What was the title of Blake Dustdown's benefactor? Was it A, Duchess, B, Duke, C, Marquis, or D, Earl?
Are we gonna count down to answer?
Yeah,
or
we're
do
gonna
we
count
go
down.
slow?
I'm just giving
Okay.
everybody a second to think.
Okay.
And also, I'm gonna reopen. Oh shit! I can't look at Twitch because let me steal this tab away. There we go. Now I can look back. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Marquis.
Marquis.
Marquis. Yeah, that's one of the easy ones.
Guys would have said Marcus if you would have.
Marcus.
Marcus!
All
Just so
right.
we're all clear.
This one's a little harder.
Okay.
What was the name of the wizard that stole the 3 legendary weapons in the White Plume Mountain Arc? Was it A, Ventus, B, Caraptus, C, Blaze, or D, Gandalf?
Oh.
I'm between 2 of them.
Okay, go ahead. Count it down.
All right. Give Twitch chat just a second because they have a slight delay. Maria, if it's names, I'm cooked. Oh, I'm so sorry. All right. We'll do it in 3, 2, 1.
Correct.
Ventus. I said Ventus.
I did hear Ventus, and Raina didn't say anything.
I said Ventus.
Oh, you did?
But I'm thinking it might have been correct.
Ventus
My-
was the name of the Duchess that you met.
Oh, it is
Okay,
Caraptus,
that's
isn't it?
Caraptus was the name of the
Heyo.
wizard.
Yep.
Ah,
Fun fact, actually, Caraptus never existed. Somebody else stole those weapons
hmm?
as a test for you.
It
I'll
was
let you
Nice.
guess
scam the
who.
whole time, wasn't it?
Huh?
Was it scam the whole time?
Mm. Good
Scam
guess.
out there, Big
good
Brandon.
guess. But no, not in this case. Number 3. What is the name of Nikki Orlov's brother? I promise they're not all names. So sorry, Maria. Is it A, Sturgis, B, Bobby, D, Alistair, or D, Stolas? I might have said D twice, but C, Alistair. Give it just
I don't
a
think
moment.
I was part of the campaign when this was mentioned.
It's not. This was session
I didn't know
1.
Nikki had a brother,
Yeah,
so
this
I'm
was
just gonna guess.
This was session 1 when the whole crew had fake characters that I killed immediately as part of like the beginning. It was super fun. But one of them was Nikki's brother. So we'll get our guesses in. 3, 2, 1. Raina's struggling.
Okay.
Bobby.
Alistair.
Sturgis.
Raina got it right.
Yay!
It's Sturgis Orlov.
You see, I was gonna go Alistair because I know Daniel likes to name his characters after stuff. I was like, oh, were we playing Baldur's Gate? And he's just going Alistair.
No, it was
It
Sturgis.
just felt right. Okay, yay.
Flacco also forgot, so that is one down for Flacco.
Bonus point if you remember what my character's name was in the original.
I have it written down, but I'm not cheating. Tiny McGrimblehands or something.
You're in the right area, Max. You're in the right area.
I remember how he looks more than anything. He was a fucking ripped barbarian gnome that
And
looked
what
like a
was-
garden gnome.
He was Tingus
Tingus
McCringleberry.
McCringleberry.
Yeah.
Yes, God, fuck. Okay, this one is a tricky one.
Oh gosh.
What was the first thing that killed a member of On Top of the Board? Was it A, a vampire, B, a succubus, C, fall damage, or D, a shadow?
Fall damage. Oh, I shouldn't say this. Oh, sorry. My vote's fall damage.
Oops, I might have accidentally minimized the quiz. It's fine. All right. Does anyone remember Claire? Who is
No.
Claire?
It was Blair. It was Blair,
It was
not
Blair.
Claire.
You misspelled your own backup character. God,
It was
Maria.
Blair. I remember.
Or I made my throwaway character.
Alright.
It was Blair.
All right, so we'll be guessing in 3, 2, 1.
Fall damage.
Fall
Fall damage.
Fall damage technically was the first killer. I would have also accepted a succubus
Yep.
because that was the first time you died on stream. And
Mhm.
technically the other one was kind of scripted.
Yep.
Awesome. This one might be a little bit easier. This is one of the easier questions, I think.
That
Maybe.
is. Yeah.
What
Yeah, that's a
is
good one.
Caswin's father's name? Is it A, Zachariah of Rosemary and Poppy Fields, B, Zachariah Acacia and Lily Fields, C, Zachariah of Pumps and Gaines, or D, Zachariah of Lemongrass and Lavender Fields? I'll only give Twitch chat just a second because this one's the D, lol. Thank you, Flacco.
Yeah.
You didn't have to
Yeah,
say
Flacco,
that.
give it the,
The
D,
D.
dude.
Yeah.
It is the D.
Yeah, that is gonna be D, Zachariah of Lemongrass and Lavender Fields. I couldn't come up with good alternates for that one. I tried, so I just kind of made it a gimme. Make you feel better. This might stump a couple of you.
I know. What is it?
What is the name of On Top of the Board's main rival group?
Okay, I know this one.
A, Contingency Plan. B, The Dragon's Fury. C, Purple Worms. Or D, The Sour Bunch.
I think I know this one.
Think you know it?
We'll see.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
The
Dragon's Fury.
Now you know them now, don't you?
I'm getting out of fight right after this.
They didn't matter. They weren't important. Fuck those guys.
They had a
you know?
very high score to help you with your DC, but it's fine.
We didn't need them anyway.
Flacco, I remember hearing about B the most. That is true. Actually, fun fact, all 4 of these were actually groups on the on top of the Yawning Portal list. These were all actually groups I was keeping track of to see if they could beat you or not. But Dragon's Fury was the one that you guys hated, and they were slightly better than you in most things.
But we were on
They
top of
weren't
the
on top
Not
of
the
the
board.
board, though.
important things.
That's true. What is the name of the Yawning Portal's bartender/proprietor?
Fuck. Go ahead.
Yeah, this one's a really hard one. Is it A, Duncan, B, Caleb, C, Darian, or D, Dernan? Zuki looks lost. Totally
no
fine.
fucking clue. No clue.
Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Caleb?
Durnan.
What'd you say, Raina?
Caleb.
Caleb is incorrect.
Damn it.
Everybody but Raina and also Swicky got it. Got it right. It's Dernan. Flacco
Yep.
got it correct as well.
You don't forget your bartenders. You
Yeah.
don't forget your bartender.
Dernan, the immortal proprietor and owner of the Yawning Portal.
That's my second guess.
That's fair. This one, I think, might be the hardest question. And this one, I'm so sorry, Flacco. You probably won't know, because this was session 0 material. I think, yeah. What was Habanero Hobby clutching when the party first found them? Was it A, gold, B, a skull, C, sapphires, or D, silver?
Did we just go?
3, 2, 1.
Sapphires.
Sapphires?
I think it was a
Sapphires?
skull. I said skull.
Skulls and sapphire. Correct answer is sapphires.
Damn.
They were
I
holding
know
3
my mom,
little
Dad.
sapphires. Well done.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. I did have some more questions that I A, didn't have time, and B, didn't feel like typing into this quiz format. So we have some bonus ones we could do. Let's see. Oh yes. This one is one that none of you will get right, I don't think. Name all 4 staff members employed at Silvercrest Keep.
Well, there's Maya.
Maya,
Maya.
Reinhardt,
Reinhardt, yeah.
and then we had nah. That's all. Those are the ones that mattered.
On the tip of my tongue.
Oh no, I just
Actually, wait. Do you want me to check my notes? I actually do have these in notes.
you have all
I don't
of them?
remember the cook's name.
Give me a moment.
I would be very impressed if you got all of them.
Give me a moment.
Good
There's
guess,
one.
Flacco.
Claire kept laughing at his name.
I had it in Excel. I actually took them all down.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Damn it.
Would you like me to tell you?
No, give me some time on this one.
Okay.
Pause.
We can
Pause
come
on
back
this
to
one.
it. Oh yeah, another one that I left this one out because I thought it'd be unfair, specifically because I think Raina would have an advantage on it.
Gosh, don't
Who
set me
is
up.
Lotus's brother?
What was his name?
Uh-oh. This was mentioned in the episode before the finale. When he showed up to help you fight.
I don't remember him mentioning.
Just think about
a
Deanna
brother.
saying it, Raina.
I gotta go down the outfit.
It's a flower?
Yes.
Uh-huh. I wonder if Flacco knows. I'm staring at, wait, the cook was like shit or something. You know, that's not really his name, but okay.
I had it and I can't find it now.
notice, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not coming out. Because
Uh-huh.
you put pressure on me.
Oh, it's not a flower, right.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Notice and
Sasha.
damn it!
I'm so sorry.
I knew that.
Good night, Maria.
okay,
Thank
like-
you.
Good night,
Oh,
We
Maria.
said
yeah.
lots of nice things about
I don't
Claire.
know
You
where
should
it
go back
went,
and
but
watch
I-
it at some
Yeah.
point.
I don't know where it is. I give up, but I had them all. I'm pissed. I actually kept track because I had their budget all written down and how much each one of them was going to cost us and how long we could
It
afford
never
them
came up.
at our
Okay.
current rates. I was like, hey man, if we're going to do this, I will be the bookkeeper, and then I lost it. So
I
It's
was
what it
just
is.
gonna I was gonna charge you once for it, but I was also gonna make up the gold amounts and be like, hey, you need to pay me this much.
yeah, and I
And-
would have probably paid it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out like that, so it's all good. I will tell you, so there's Shatine, who's your hobgoblin cook
Yeah.
pirate,
Ah,
Yep.
and then the other one is Willow Goldfound, who
Hello.
you rarely ever spoke to because I don't think you guys liked her that much. But she was a halfling divine soul sorcerer, and she was your cleaner, your maid.
Well, it was cool.
She was cool, just not as cool as the rest of the crew that you brought in. That's okay. Let's see. I think the only one I had left. Oh no, I had two more. Was why is Silvercrest Keep called Silvercrest Keep?
Don't remember.
This was mentioned in the original description of it. These are very, yeah, I thought this one would be too tough as well,
Was
but
it like the waves and stuff because it's near the water?
it was because the walls actually kind of reflect like a silvery light despite being made of stone in the
Oh.
sunlight. It's very shiny and kind of metallic looking. It's okay. Yeah.
I mean, where are these multiple
You know
choice
what's-
questions?
You know what's
Right.
horrible? I had
Right.
I had written down that Nikki's brother was named Sturgis, and I can tell you he died in the Tomb of Horrors.
That he did.
I could tell you who the leader of Meepo's people was.
Meepo!
Oh my
Who?
god.
Meepo!
I can't remember that off the top of my head.
Eustrail.
Meepo.
It was Eustrail.
Yeah.
I can tell
she had a
you
weird
who's-
name.
I can tell you who Zach's character, what their name was. And I also had the note of it. He served Durban, and I could tell you exactly how much gold he made off of tips.
Wow, you gave very good notes in session 0.
I had insane notes, and then I was like, "Well, I'm the dummy. Fuck. Okay, I could be the dummy. All right,
What
someone's
am I
got
doing?
it.
Writing stuff down.
Like, ah,
I could. Yeah, I mean, I
saved my
could.
brain cells.
I was like, all right, man. I mean, I kept track of who the captain of the Watch of Flassendale was, and who was
Flassin-
giving us information. Who was giving us
Flassendale?
information? Yep, Flassingdale. The captain of the Watch of Flassingdale was Sergeant Grender Cole, and we got
I
that
have him in my
information
NPC
from
pool. You guys know
Patrick
what that
Grendar,
means,
who gave us the information. Dara was the second in command, who was the constable.
though? Mhm.
I can tell you that who the guide through the Undercommon was, who kind of like did nothing, but we paid them to like do nothing. Their name was
wait.
Garrett.
Oh, shit.
Um,
It's
I
Garrett
get
with
to-
a D, but yeah.
Garrett. Yeah, I wrote Garrett.
okay.
But Zach's character was Corrigan Honeyleaf.
hmm
Um,
I kept wanting to call him Nikki because
Yeah.
that just sounded like a good name for a little halfling rogue, but okay, it worked out.
the bartender of the Boar's Hut was named Vodka. Was
Uh-huh.
a CA.
Yep.
And I
Mhm.
think
He's lovely.
Carwin was the MILF, right?
Carwin Hercule, yeah.
Yep, was the MILF. Yep. Yeah. Once again, I had all the notes. And then-
There you go. There's very
Done.
detailed notes from before we started.
Yep.
Except for you did write down the name of Garrett. She was in the live streams.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. It was very good.
Yep.
Yeah. The only remaining question I had, very, very simple one. What kind of wizard is Gregor Stillsbane?
Kind of wizard.
Does
I was
Lich
gonna-
count?
Huh?
I'm just gonna guess divination because that's like
I
the
was
most.
gonna be really mean and put some mean options in there, because he was kind of a tool, but a lovable idiot tool in a way, you know.
He's a jizzard.
A jizzard?
Yes,
A
Ew.
Jizzard.
because he's a dick.
Ah, I hate it. How does it feel being a lich with him, Della?
Different kind of lich. We're in different categories. He can't get into my half of the club. That's just how it
That's true. That's true. You are a better lich.
is.
He was an abjuration wizard, which is protective magics.
Yep.
He was cybersecurity. Arcane
Nice.
security is what I kept saying.
Arcane cybersecurity.
Yeah, exactly.
Love that.
And those are all the trivia questions I came up with. So yeah,
Woo!
that was a fun little reminiscent. I did think about making a question of like, and directing it just at Karan and being like, what is the name of Carwyn Hercule? Like, but like the MILF, you know?
I had it. Hey,
What's
I
her
was
name?
ready with it.
Yeah, true.
I had it. I had
After
it
a little
written
bit
down.
of research, yeah, that's good. I'll give it to you. I think you would have had it.
Yep, I would have got that one. And if I could have found my budgeted spreadsheet for the folks in Excel, I would have named all of our NPCs and their budgets and what their specialties were. But
You know, in
Can't
a
win 'em all.
longer format campaign, that would have been invaluable.
Yep.
'Cause I personally, I am terrible about taking notes during a session as a DM, because I'm always just in the moment, like trying to make the moments happen. So that would have been awesome to have. Be like, can I look at this? Thanks. But yeah, that I think is gonna wrap it up for Tales from the Yawning Portal. It's been, oh god, it's October, so it's been a year since we started this. Like for us, because we started doing session zeros in October.
it was a good year.
Wow,
Ah,
it was a good year, and I enjoyed playing with you guys so much.
was a blast.
Yeah. Big shout out to all of you guys for being fantastic players and rolling with these crazy dungeons. I'm just happy that everybody had a good time, and I hope to see you all again for other things. Play some Overwatch, you know. I know I'll be seeing Raina around all the time because you live right down the street.
but yeah.
And to my lovely audience, thank you for joining us. Flacco, we love you.
Yeah.
Hope to
Yes,
see
we
you
do.
around very soon. Just because I can, we're gonna do like 1 or 2 shout outs really quickly. Big shout out to Chromatic Academy on Sunday nights. If you're checking this out in the future, go check that out. Yay, it's a great show. Run by Danny. Couldn't tell you what time, but it is Sunday nights, and it's going on right now, and it's awesome. Secondly, and I wouldn't say more importantly. I was about to say more importantly, but that's mean. More close to my heart, more near and dear. Stardust and Dragons. Highly encourage you to check it out on Spotify or anywhere you can find podcasts. We work really hard on that. Raina's in that. I'm in that. We love that show.
Yeah.
And we put a lot of fucking work into it. This month in particular, you can actually look out. We're gonna be releasing a little 4-part little mini adventure of spooky stuff. So if you like my DMing style or want to see me DM, well, hear me DM because it's a podcast, something scary, you can check it out and go to Stardust and Dragons for that. I'll be running a little Blair Witch inspired adventure, and it'll be awesome. So also there's 30 there's exactly 30 episodes up of the main campaign, so plenty to get into. Yeah, that is all from me. Do you three have anything you want to shout out while we're here?
Flacco, we love you. Let's
Yeah,
go.
Flacco.
Obviously, we love
Thank
Flacco.
you for keeping us alive, Flacco. And thank you to all of our viewers for tuning in week after week
Yeah.
after week.
Yep,
Yes.
that is
Cheers
That is
for all the
all I
nat
have.
20s. Moment of silence for all the nat 1s. There were too many.
There were
Yep.
so many.
Love
Big-
you guys.
Big not shout out to Tailspire for all the nat ones.
Yeah.
It was really hit or miss with Tailspire. I feel like Maria always rolled well on Tailspire, and you always seem to roll terribly, Zuki.
I was good for like 2 sessions, and that was it.
It was pain.
It was rough.
Tailspire was so punishing.
But
She always
Keeps us
rolled
humble.
like above a 10, and
yep,
she had
she
crazy
couldn't.
bonuses.
She couldn't miss. She couldn't miss.
It was crazy.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
all I have, though. I appreciate you having us on here. It was
Of
super fun.
course.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Max. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
You
Dang.
did great.
Love you all, and we'll see you all eventually.
That's right.
No raid tonight. We're just signing off. Love you all.
Ah.
Later, gang.
Bye, y'all.